Welcome, everybody, to Web Tools TV. And today we have Josh Parkinson from PostPlanner. Welcome, Josh.
What's going on? Happy to be here, Deb.
Excellent to have you. I love your product. I just have to say that. I mean, I have to say I love all the products we feature, which I do, of course. I'm California politically correct.
Of course.
But I subscribe. I feel like I subscribed to PostPlanner before everyone else knew about it, which is kind of cool to be like.
Oh, nice.
But I probably did.
You're one of the originals.
Yeah, and now if I ask you how long you've been around, I'll find out that I was really late. So when did you start PostPlanner?
We launched in 2011, so
Okay.
March of 2011. We've been around about 4 years.
Okay, and you just recently now, and I'm jumping way ahead. I mean, we're just getting into the new stuff here, but you just recently, like the whole new interface and everything.
Oh yeah, we've been working on that for a year, and we finally launched it at the end of March. So like basically on our 4th birthday, we launched it, and it's awesome. It's 10 times better than what we had before.
It is. I talked to Eileen Smith. I'm sure you know who she is. She's another one that loves PostPlanner. I
Nice.
talk to her like once a week, and somehow PostPlanner always comes up favorably in our conversation.
That's good to hear.
Yes. So let's talk a little bit about you, Josh. Where did this idea just come to you in a dream, or how was PostPlanner born, and how does that fit into who Josh is?
Oh man, it's a long story, but it goes way back. I actually about 15 years ago, I decided I wanted to go and be an artist in Europe. So I bought a battery-powered amplifier, went over there, and started busking on the streets. I played with a band for about 5 years. That led me into a teaching job over there, teaching soldiers. That eventually led me to the Middle East, where I taught Shakespeare and philosophy to soldiers in war zones for about 3 years. Then I decided, well, I got to get serious and I got to make a little change to get into the business world. So I decided to go back and get my MBA at MBA school. And during that time period, I started working at a venture capital firm where I kind of discovered the whole VC and startup world. And I really decided I wanted to get into that, especially via software. So that became kind of a dream of mine. And then after the MBA school ended, I got married, and my wife just happened to get a job here in San Francisco. So we moved here about 4 or 5 years ago, which, is the heart of the whole startup world. And so I kind of got dropped into the heart of it. And it was at that time I really started getting into the social media business. Particularly, I was creating custom Facebook pages for businesses and clients. And I just quickly realized that I really hated that work. I really didn't want to be in a business where I had clients. I wanted to be in a software business where I could just have customers. And so I got into the app business, and I tried a couple things, and eventually landed on PostPlanner. PostPlanner was originally supposed to be, just the first app in a whole suite of apps. This was back in the days of, apps like North Social that had, 20 different applications you could install on your Facebook page. So originally I saw PostPlanner as that, and I just and decided to go in that direction. But then PostPlanner just became, I just realized that social publishing was and content was really a business unto itself. So I just took it in that direction.
And I think, is it safe to say that you're somewhat of a pioneer in that area? I mean, I haven't found anything that, okay, I'll correct myself. There's some apps out there that will on maybe PostPlanner extra light that have, little suggestions for status updates or something, but nothing as robust as PostPlanner. Is that safe to say that?
Yeah, I think that's safe to say. I mean, on the publishing side and the scheduling side, we were one of many even when we started. But we quickly released our status ideas engine, which has thousands of pre-written status ideas that I actually wrote, the majority of them, other than the quotes. And at that time when we launched that, it really was the only tool out there that offered this kind of stuff, particularly for businesses. So and then we took that to our trending content and our viral photos, and now we're just like a one-stop shop for amazing data-driven, proven content.
You're exactly right. Those status, have something to put that's just really short and gets conversation going. There's several times I've scheduled stuff with PostPlanner, and I'll get this, my phone will go off, and all of a sudden this conversation's going, and it's like it's one of yours. It's one that Josh has written, and it's like, where does he come up with this stuff? Because I think of that stuff, in conversation, but it never ends up on my page unless I use your actual status posts on that. So they're brilliant.
Yeah. I would get off on a tangent and just go on a riff. I'd find like one pattern, and I'd write like 50 status updates in that same kind of pattern. And after about 50, you get pretty wacky. And so you'll see there's some pretty funny ones in there as well.
Okay, that explains because yeah, some look pretty normal. All of a sudden, it's like, whoa, that's perfect. That's way off of somewhere else. But yeah, they get responses, something, and that was actually why I signed up was because I thought anything to help with the creativity and new ideas. And then when I actually saw the content that PostPlanner, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be interviewing you, not sitting here giving a testimony over PostPlanner. So now that we've been talking about you, Josh, and PostPlanner, maybe I'm sure that everyone's heard of you, but for those people that haven't, how do you describe PostPlanner so people know?
Well, basically, we kind of look at it as we help businesses love social media again instead of hate it. Most of the businesses out there, they kind of see social media as a necessary evil. They can't not be there to respond to people talking about them, and yet it just seems like a major time suck and money suck, and they can't really measure any ROI from it. So really, we just kind of built PostPlanner to help businesses love social media again, and by making it predictable, data driven, efficient and quick, and measurably profitable. And pretty much we do this by helping you post creative stuff, but also scientifically proven content. Content that's been tested in experiments. And then we help you find that content, post it. That drives engagement, which increases reach, and then drives more traffic back to your website and your landing pages, which is what it's all about. And we help you do all of that without paying a fortune to Facebook and Twitter and ads. So that's what it's all about. We help you, find proven content, post it, blow up your reach, blow up your engagement, and then send a lot of people back to your website to turn them into customers.
And you can also customize that quite a bit, correct? Like I started out using kind of what, not to call it canned, but for lack of any other term, what you had already built into the engine. And then I started searching out other feeds and adding them to like folders and things like that. So you can really customize it to fit whatever niche. Is that true?
Yeah, totally. Like we see a huge value in human curated content, right? There's a lot of apps out there that have algorithms that will help you find like trending content using, platforms like Google and stuff like that. But we see that, and we have that in our app as well. You can add any keyword and you can get trending content about that keyword. But we see huge value in human curated content. And that's why we allow you to add any Twitter handle, any Facebook page, and then we go in there and we find all the content that page is shared, and then run it through our own algorithm to see which has performed the best, and then we just show that to you. So you can quickly add any Twitter account, any Facebook page, soon to be Instagram accounts, and you can quickly see what's performing well. And that's why I stress being data driven and scientifically proven content, because if just because of the way statistics works, and it's much better to post things that have already proven themselves, right? That have already worked. One thing I always tell people is that don't guess, don't shoot from the hip, don't post on a hunch, right? Try to be data driven in your social media posting just as much as you are in your business.
Makes sense. Although it seems like you're able to do that. I can't remember what I was reading on your Twitter profile or something about fate. Is that on your Twitter profile?
Yeah, well, that's my Fate Hacker is my website where I write a lot of aphorisms and blog posts. But yeah, hacking fate. Yeah, you can be data driven when you hack fate as well, I guess.
It's like you're a philosopher. Although listening to your, I didn't want to interrupt when you're giving your story. I was just like, he's not kidding. This is a long story. He has been there, done that. I mean, philosopher, artist, music. What type of musician are you?
Well, I was a singer, and we had a reggae, rock and roll, and hip hop band.
Oh wow, that sounds fun. You'll have to like send a link or something so we could. Do you have music? Oh, okay, I know I'm
Yeah,
going
yeah,
to.
I have some music online. I can link
Okay,
you
all
to
right. I can't help it. I'm a musician. I'm supposed to stay on topic and talk about PostPlanner, but I want to hear some of your some of your reggae and hip hop. That sounds. I love the combo. So that'd be great. Wow. Okay. So
that.
now, yeah, but philosopher, art. You said you taught Shakespeare.
Yeah, I taught humanities courses to the soldiers, right? So I taught, entry level philosophy, Shakespeare, literature, American lit, and various philosophy and writing classes as well.
Now, how does that work? Is that something actually through the military? Is that something that you did on your own that you made it available, or you can tell how what a
It
new
was it was via the University of Maryland, but I was kind of an entrepreneur in the sense of I had to go down to these bases in Kuwait and Afghanistan and kind of recruit my own students and get them to come to class and kind of create a whole satellite university site on these bases in the middle of nowhere. So it was a challenge, and it was super fun too. It was an adventure.
That's got to be like, I'm sure that plays into, some of the quips that are coming out in the status, updates on Post Planner, some of your view on life, just your experience in general. Would that be true?
Oh, sure. Yeah, that definitely leads into it. If you go to my website, fakehacker.com, you'll see a lot of my aphorisms that I write. I just like to write short aphorisms, kind of condense wisdom into a one sentence.
Well, especially if you're on Twitter, you have to figure out how to fit it in the 140 characters. So,
There you go.
the, you must have now your team for PostPlanner. How big is your team, if I may ask?
Wow, it's like growing every day, it seems like, but we're about, I think we're about 12 or 13 right now. So we got
Okay.
about 4 or 5 people on the content side, 4 or 5 people on the development, the engineering side, and then people on top running the business.
I was impressed with customer service, and I know I should know this because he always pops up when I log into PostPlanner. Um, but I asked some questions, support requests. I'm thinking, oh, it's the weekend. I'll hear on Wednesday or whatever. And all of a sudden, I'm having this live conversation. Very impressive customer service.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we try to do our best.
There must be something about you. Must be yeah. It's got to be all that philosophy. Is that what it is, Josh? That makes you like this superhero or
No, no,
something?
I just hire the right people. That's what I do.
Ah, okay. All
I just
right.
hire people who are smarter than me and are passionate about social media and about our business. That's the
Excellent.
best thing to do.
Excellent. So, what are some of the future plans as far as Post Planner? Do you have any other? You said Instagram is coming.
Yeah. We just want to, we want to add more ability to add feeds from different social networks and other places. So, we see Instagram is becoming more and more popular, and I think that a lot of businesses really don't know. They're kind of facing that same quandary of they don't really know what to post there because they don't know what will perform well. And so, Instagram is one we're going to be adding where you can add any Instagram hashtag or keyword, tag, or user, and then we run the numbers on all the posts and then show you the ones that were performing the best, and then you can use that data to create your own posts that will perform well as well.
Wow. Okay. So you're really opening up as far as not just the content curation, but which obviously is well assisted with Post Planner, but now the content creation.
Oh yeah, and we already have a partnership with Canva. You probably know that tool.
Yep.
We actually have an integration right inside our app where you can use Canva. If you get one of the status ideas that you think is great, or you find an Instagram image that really performed well, and you want to like use the quote on it, for example, to create your own image, then you can just click the Canva button and add that quote there and create your own image from scratch.
I'm trying to figure out if anyone needs any other app besides PostPlanner. I'm not just saying that. I'm thinking I have a lot of apps. I'm kind of an
Well,
app geek.
yeah. There's a few different parts of social media. Like there's apps that are really hardcore on analytics. There are apps that are about monitoring, what people are saying about you and responding. We don't really do that side of things. There's apps that are for promotions and contests. We don't do that kind of thing. We're really all about publishing and content, and they kind of go hand in hand. We just want we just want businesses to post better content that gets them great results and gets them more traffic to their website.
And you have some case studies that support that from what I've seen.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we have a lot of case studies. One of our, biggest supporters is a lady named Kim Garst. You probably heard of her in Boom
Yep.
Social. And she's been using our tool for about a year, and she just gets amazing results because of the, being data driven. She goes into our viral photos tool. She finds quotes on images that are doing really well on other pages. And then she uses those quotes on her own images. She creates them and she puts her logo on there. And man, she just gets amazing results. She has several images that she found via PostPlanner that have gotten hundreds of thousands of shares and reached tens, 20, 30 million people for free without ever paying Facebook anything.
Wow. And so she's actually, what she's doing is she's taking a quote that's already basically, public domain in the sense that you're quoting, whoever said the original quote,
Totally.
creating a whole new piece of content
Yep.
and then doing better than the original.
Yeah, that's one thing I would tell a lot of your listeners is that, success quotes, you pretty much can't go wrong with inspiring and success quotes on images and social media. And that's why we have a whole section in our viral photos section of our app that has a bunch of Facebook pages that pretty much all they share are quotes on images. So you can go in there and you can quickly see which quotes on images have performed the best. And, no one owns quotes, especially if they've been said by people who have been dead for 50 years, right? Or
Sure,
even if
they're not
they
coming back.
got said by someone yesterday, or Steve Jobs or someone who lived recently. You can take those quotes and you can do whatever you want with them. You can design a nice image with Canva or with Photoshop or whatever tool you use. And, it's usually the content of the quote that drove the virality. So you can just take that quote, make a nice looking image, and you can leverage the data behind it to get results just like the guy who posted it before.
Well, Josh, you know what I'm going to be doing in about 5 minutes from now? I'm going to go in there and make more. I actually have a quote website, and I'm listening to you say this going, duh, why didn't you do this before? You
Yeah,
meaning me.
quote websites are great, and our status ideas are great, but the one thing that both those things miss is data behind them. If you go into a quote website, you can find a lot of great quotes, but the problem is you don't have any data, right? You don't know, you might think it's a cool quote, but you really don't know if an audience is going to respond well to it. And that's kind of the pain that we try to solve with PostPlanner. We try to, show you content that has already been in front of an audience and got results and has data attached to it. And then you can make a more informed decision about whether you're going to post that or not.
And that is one of the key elements. If you had to list the top 5 key elements of PostPlanner, it really sets you apart as a brilliant tool.
Yeah, that's being data driven with your content, finding great content, but also, in the end, it's all about sending people back to your website. And so we have some pretty cool tools inside of PostPlanner as well. For example, our requeue feature, you can queue up, a bunch of your posts, that especially your evergreen blog posts. So if you're a blogger, you probably have a lot of content that is evergreen in the sense that it never goes stale, right? People can read it 2 years from now and still get a lot of value from it, maybe as much value as they can get today. Those posts go to waste if you only share them on social media one time. So with PostPlanner, you can go in there, queue up all those posts, and then turn on requeue. And what that does is once the post publishes, it automatically goes back to the end of the queue again. And so, for us at PostPlanner, we have a blog with like 500 plus evergreen blog posts. We put all those posts into PostPlanner, turned on requeue. So we have just a never ending, content stream of our own blog posts being published to our social sites, and we don't lift a finger to do it. So we publish a new blog post every day, then we put that in there and turn on requeue and then forget about it, and then it's just we have so many in there now that they don't repeat for like 4 or 5 months, which is great because our fans don't remember it. They're publishing at different times during the day. So that's another really valuable thing about PostPlanner. It's not just the content, but it's the publishing tools as well.
Okay, now you know what I'm going to be doing in about 30 minutes from now after I'm done with the quotes. So I'll be loading up all of those posts. Okay, you know what? I'm so thrilled with having you back again in a few weeks with Social Cafe, because that's when all you viewers watching are going to hear some tips more related. You just got a little taste of it now, but we'll be doing a 30-minute session. So then maybe Josh can share a few more tips that really help you use PostPlanner. But in the meantime, I'm going to using Social Cafe as the topic here. Why don't you tell us a little bit? You mentioned a giveaway of 2 months of the Guru Plan. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, and I'll add it to our giveaway box so people know what they're entering.
Sure. You can go in there and where you want to go is postplanner.com/social cafe. Just type that in there, postplanner.com/social cafe, and that will take you directly to the sign up page. You'll connect your Facebook account, and on step 2, you're going to see a little thing that says got a coupon code. Click on that, and then just add Social Cafe right there in that coupon code, and then that will give you 2 free months of Google.
Oh, you're a dear. I didn't know you're going to give it to everyone, but that's wonderful. So as long as will that still be around available for people mid-June? Because that's when or mid-June.
We can do that.
Actually, it might be in July, but you know what? We can cover that off.
We just want people coming and using our tool. We just want to help people. So we'll make it available then too.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Well, thank you, Josh, for joining us. It's wonderful to get to know you. It's nice to meet a fellow musician. So I'll be expecting a link for your music because I want to check that out.
I'll share that with you, Deb.
Excellent. And thanks for sharing about yourself and about PostPlanner.
No problem. My pleasure. Thanks for having me on.
Sure thing. And all of you tuning in, same time next week, and we'll catch another Web Tools TV. Thanks for tuning in. And